Hello, my friend. Welcome to another English learning video. In this video, you can improve your English with a beautiful story. And if you want, you can also practice shadowing. What does that mean? It means you listen carefully and then repeat after me. Try to copy my voice, my speed, and my pronunciation. I will tell you the story sentence by sentence. You can pause the video after each one and repeat aloud. Today's story is about Lily Parker. She is 22 years old, a university student who goes on a school trip to America. She thinks it will be just another boring trip, but she is wrong, because this journey changes her life forever. Are you ready? Let's begin the story. The beginning. My name is Lily Parker. This is the story of my unforgettable trip across America. I study at California State University, and I'm 22 years old. One day, our teacher, Mrs. Brown, announced a school trip. We will visit some of the most amazing places in the United States, she said. I was so excited. I love travel and adventure. There were 20 students in our group. My best friend, Mia, was coming too. I packed my clothes, my camera, and a big smile. The bus came early in the morning. It was big and blue. Our driver, Tom, greeted us with a cheerful voice. "Ready for adventure, kids?" he said. We started from Los Angeles. The road was long but beautiful. I looked out the window and saw mountains, deserts, and wide open skies. The sunset painted everything orange and pink. I smiled and thought, this is going to be the best trip ever. New York City. After 2 days, we arrived in New York City. It was nighttime. The city was full of lights, noise, and energy. The buildings were taller than anything I had ever seen. Our hotel was in Manhattan. From our window on the 10th floor, we could see the sparkling skyline. I couldn't believe I was really here. We went to Times Square. So many people, so many lights. Street performers were singing and dancing. It felt like a movie scene. The next day, we visited the Statue of Liberty. We took a ferry to the island. The statue looked proud and powerful, shining in the sun. At lunch, I bought a hot dog from a young man named Jake. He had kind eyes and a warm smile. He told me he was a college student working part-time to pay for his studies. We talked for a few minutes and laughed. Before I left, he asked for my number. That evening, Jake texted me. He asked, "Would you like to see Central Park tomorrow?" I felt a little nervous, but said yes. Central Park magic. The next afternoon, I met Jake at Central Park. He brought yellow roses for me. "Yellow means friendship," he said shyly. It was so sweet. We walked through the park together. The air was fresh and the trees were green. Children played around us and musicians filled the air with music. We sat by a fountain and talked about our dreams. He wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to travel the world and write stories. Then, it began to rain softly. Jake put his jacket around my shoulders. We ran under a big tree, laughing. Raindrops sparkled in our hair. Under that tree, Jake looked into my eyes. "Lily, I feel something special," he whispered. Then, he kissed me softly. It was my first real kiss. The rain, the sound, the feeling, everything was magical. That moment stayed in my heart forever. Miami Beach. Our next stop was Miami, Florida. The weather was hot and sunny. The ocean was blue, the sand white and soft. Every morning, I watched the sunrise from my balcony. It was paradise. Then one evening, I received a message. It was from Jake. He wrote, "I'm flying to Miami to see you." I couldn't believe it. When he arrived, my heart raced with joy. We walked along the beach holding hands. The sunset painted the sky pink and gold. We had dinner by the sea and listened to live music. Jake took my hand and said, "You make me want to be brave." We danced barefoot on the sand under the moonlight. It was perfect. That night, I realized I was falling in love. Las Vegas lights. After Miami, our group flew to Las Vegas. I felt sad to leave Jake again, but excited for the adventure ahead. Las Vegas was wild and colorful. The city never slept. Every street was full of lights, music, and laughter. We watched a magic show where a tiger appeared on stage. Everyone gasped and clapped. Later, we saw the famous Bellagio fountains dance to music. It was like water ballet. That night, Jake video called me. He said, "I miss you." We talked for 2 hours, laughing and sharing stories. Even far away, we felt close. The Grand Canyon. 3 hours from Las Vegas, we visited the Grand Canyon. When I saw it for the first time, I couldn't speak. It was enormous, red, gold, and endless. Our guide Maria told us ancient stories. Her people believed the canyon was sacred. We hiked down the rocky path until we reached the river. The water was cool and clear. I called Jake from a quiet spot. He said, "I wish I could see it with you." As the sun went down, the canyon walls turned red and golden. It was the most beautiful sunset I had ever seen. Chicago Adventures. Our next destination was Chicago. It was cold and windy. We stayed near Lake Michigan. It looked like an ocean. We visited the Willis Tower and stood in glass boxes high above the ground. It felt scary, but exciting. Then we saw the famous silver bean sculpture. We took funny pictures and left. That night, we tried Chicago's deep dish pizza. It was thick and full of cheese. Delicious. Washington, D.C. Next came the capital, Washington, D.C. The city was full of history and beauty. We visited the White House and the Lincoln Memorial. The statue of Lincoln was so big, he looked calm and wise. At night, all the monuments glowed beautifully. We also visited a museum with dinosaur bones and space shuttles. I told Mia, "Someday I'll write about all these adventures." Later, I called Jake again. He said, "You sound different, Lily, more confident." I smiled. Maybe this trip was helping me find myself? San Francisco goodbye. Our last stop was San Francisco. The Golden Gate Bridge looked stunning, bright red against the blue sky. We rode the city's cable cars up and down steep hills. We saw sea lions sleeping at the harbor. Everything felt magical. On our last night, I climbed a hill called Twin Peaks. From there, the city lights sparkled like stars below me. Just then, my phone rang. It was Jake. He said, "I'm flying to San Francisco tomorrow." The next morning, he arrived with flowers in his hand. We spent the day exploring the city, laughing, eating, and taking photos. When it was time to leave, Jake hugged me tightly. He said, "This is not the end. This is just the beginning." As the bus drove away, I looked out the window at the bridge disappearing behind us. I thought about all the places I had seen, the lessons I had learned, and the love I had found. This trip didn't just show me America, it showed me who I truly am.